Hi all. See this particular problem which appeared in JEE 2006, right? It is older paper, right? Now here, the main important concept is that few information is provided. So what are the information? The first information says that it's a cubic polynomial. So let's apply that. So as it's a cubic polynomial, we can easily consider that my fx is equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a, b, c, d are unknown, right? And if dash x, let's calculate. So therefore it will gives me that 3ax square plus 2bx plus c. And if I calculate f double dash x, it says that 6ax plus 2b, and that's it. So that gives me that f dash x, f double dash x. Now we'll use that info one by one. It says that it's have a local maximum at x equal to -1. So fx having local max at x is equal to -1. So as we are having x equal to -1, we can say that if dash of -1 is definitely equal to 0. That's imply that. Let's substitute that. So therefore we'll get it as 3a minus 2b plus c, and that's equal to 0. So make that as equation number 1. The next line it says that f dash x has a local minimum at x equal to 0. So we'll say that f dash x having local mean at x is equal to 0. So therefore we'll say that f double dash of 0 is equal to 0. So if I substitute f double dash equal to 0, that's imply that 2b is equal to 0, and since imply that b is equal to 0. Now as b is equal to 0, we can get by 1. There is a relation between a and c. So SAS says that 3a is plus c, and that's equal to 0. That's imply that c is equal to -3a. So this is the information we can observe from that relation of first and fourth, right? So therefore just rewrite that function. So my function fx gives me that a is obviously I wrote it as, so ax cube, b is 0, so x square term will not be removed, c is equal to -3a plus d. So now we'll get a cubic equation where few terms is removed. Now our job is to calculate that value of a and d. Now that we can easily calculate using this information. So let us consider the first one, that if 2 is equal to 18. So that's imply that 8a minus 6a plus d, and that's equal to 18. So that's imply that 2a plus d is equal to 18. So mark that as equation number 1. And then it says f1 is equal to -1. So as f1 is equal to -1, it's imply that substitute 1. So therefore we'll say that a plus 3a plus d, that's equal to -1. So therefore it's imply that 4a plus d is equal to -1. So that's equation number 2. Now we can see that by 1 and 2, okay? By 1 and 2, we can easily calculate, right? We can easily calculate the what is the value of a and what is the value of d by solving. So let's try to find out by subtraction and all that stuff, right? Let's go ahead. So therefore we can see that, therefore, we can easily see that by 1 and 2. By 1 and 2, we can say that, okay, here I made a small sign mistake because we're substituting x equal to 1. So this should be minus a, not plus a. So it is minus 3a, so we'll get it as minus 2a plus d. Okay. So that doesn't change much. So if I add that by 1 and 2, we can say that 2d is equal to 18 minus 1, that gives me 17, and d is equal to 17 by 2. So we are able to calculate what is the value of d. And after calculating the d, we have to calculate a. So we can use any relation. So therefore, we can say that hence a value is be equal to 19. So 4a is equal to 19 and imply that a is equal to 19 by 4. Just use that basic solving technique. Okay, so here I substitute in that a minus 3a or a minus 2d equation, right? So therefore, we can easily calculate that, okay? Or maybe we can add that together. If we add it, we'll get it 19, okay? That's it. So one subtraction, one addition, okay? So therefore, my given function fx will be became a is equal to 19 by 4. Then x cube, 3a means that is 57 by 4, and d is 17 by 2. Okay, so that's our calculation. Now see that we are able that 19, 57 and all that. So these are big number, okay? But how to go ahead? So let us take that 1 by 4 common. It will looks good, right? So therefore take 1 by 4 common. We'll get it as 19x cube minus 57x plus 34. That's our required function. So whatever the steps we follow up to now, we are just obtained the exact polynomial what are we are looking for. Now our main aim is to check all these options one by one. So first we locate about that first option. It says that we are having the distance between minus 1 to a point, and that a and fa, where a is the local minima. So therefore, for this function, we need to calculate the local minima, right? So that's it. Let's go ahead. So find the local minimum. Now we don't bother about whatever we done earlier. Let's calculate that f dash x. So f dash x gives me that 1 by 4, 57x cube. Sorry, 57x square minus 57, and that's it. And if I go ahead and calculate f double dash x, we can find it as it's 1 by 4, 114x. So now see that for the critical point, I'll consider f dash x is equal to 0. That's imply that x square minus 1 is equal to 0. That's imply that x is equal to plus minus 1. And also notice that f double dash of plus 1, it actually gives you 1 by 4 multiplied by 114. That's actually greater than 0. So therefore, we'll say that fx having local mean at x is equal to 1, and f1 we need to calculate. So let's calculate the f1. We calculate that f1 is equal to, you have to substitute here. So therefore, you'll see that it's 1 by 4. 19 minus 57 plus 34. That gives me as minus 1. So therefore, we have to find the distance between, so we are required to find the distance between minus 1, 2 and the other value 1 minus 1. So that distance, let the distance be d square. So d square is equal to minus 1 whole square and plus 2 plus 1 whole square. That gives me 2 2s are 4 plus 9, and that is 13. So obviously that distance is not equal to 2 root 5, right? So therefore that option A, whichever we are trying to find out in this step, it's wrong. So therefore this option is not equal to 2 root 5, and that's why option A is fails here. So that's our first step. So 1 is gone. Now say that it says fx has local minimum at x equal to 1, right? Now we can test a few things here, right? So see that already we feel that fx have a local minimum at x equal to 1. So therefore option C is definitely the correct answer. And also see that f0. So if I substitute f0 here, right, we'll see that f0 is actually equal to 34 divided by 4, which is not equal to 5. So therefore that option D was also fails here, right? Now our main job is to check the last option, that fx is increasing between 1 to 2 root 5. So how we'll find the increasing function, assuming that f dash x is greater than 0 and less than 0, right? So let us consider again that function f dash x. So we will see that f dash x can be written as in the form of 57 by 4 x square minus 1. So therefore this can be written as 57 divided by 4. If I factorized, we'll get it as x plus 1 and x minus 1. Okay, that's it. Now see that if I trying to find out the plot of this function, right, it is generally easy to go ahead and check that roots, right? So therefore we'll see that f dash x. So let's go ahead and trying to plot the f dash x. So this is my function y, this is x, and we mark the point minus 1, we mark the point 1. Now take any values anywhere, right? So take the value at x equal to 0. So if I see that f dash of 0, if I calculate, right, let's calculate f dash of 0. That gives me that 57 by 4 plus 1 and minus 1. That means that is less than 0. Therefore, the function will be less than 0 at x equal to 0. That means here. So what is the possible plot? The possible plot will be this one. So it should come down from here, go down, and it will take off, right? Why? Because the f dash x must have two zeros, right? Plus 1 and minus 1, and it is negative. So it cannot be the upper way. And it is a polynomial of 2 degree. So it definitely represents a parabola, upwards or downwards, right? That's it. Or you can take that the coefficient of x square is 1, so it is definitely be downwards, okay? In the understanding of conic section, okay? Now see that here we calculate it's less than 0. So whenever that we can see that f dash x is greater than 0 in the interval 1 to infinity, and we can say that the union of minus infinity to minus 1 close interval. So in that case, fx is increasing. So fx is increasing in this interval. So obviously you'll see that option B is also the right option. Why? Because 1 to 2 root 5 is actually inside that case, right? So 1 to 2, 5. See that f dash x is increasing. 2 root 5 is obviously somewhere here, right? So that's why in this particular problem, option B and option C are the correct answer. Hope you understood the problem. Thank you.